welcome to the Blackwater Cantina. I am Mike, and with me today I have.
I'm Mazz.
And I'm Robin.
And today we are pretty much covering just a bunch of rules errors, things that come up in games, things that people will occasionally get wrong,
Yeah. Been a few
not looking at ourselves at all.
Oh, I've been playing since Mark 1, so I still get rules wrong. It's fine. War Machine's a big technical game. There's a lot of stuff in it. Things are quite specific usually, so it's easy to confuse things and get things turned around. So we're going to go through a few bits and pieces, little mistakes people make in the gameplay or little rule errors, things like that. We can talk about a few of those. In theory, the Lord of the Hunt 80mm for Old Umbre is being released today. I say in theory because at time of recording the update isn't showing him and it's broken. So if it's finished by the end of the episode, we'll talk about it at the end. That's what we're going to do. That's the plan.
But you can only find that out by
So everyone who watches,
episode.
we do actually have a plan when we go into these episodes.
We do. There is a plan sometimes.
But as everyone knows, the plans always only work until you get punched in the face.
Exactly.
And for us, being punched in the face is going actually on camera and start talking to you lot.
It's true. So, Mike, what have you been up to these last 2 weeks? Because you weren't here last week, so...
No, the last 2 weeks I have been recovering. But I did manage to print and get started on a little project of a diorama.
Oh, pretty.
That's cool. Oh,
so
excited.
This has been my focus, like when I've been actually able to be upright.
Yeah.
But hey, we try.
We do. That's very cool. I'm looking forward to having a crack at mine. I have been testing out some flesh recipes for my dark operations and distracting myself with doing that. So a little bit of refinement needs to happen, and I think I'm pretty close to getting those to a stage where I'm happy at the very least. So yeah, should be good. And I got the tree for my Galena painted. So just got to actually paint Galena now. So, and I've used metallic paint for the first time in years at this stage. It was weird. I'm not sure I liked it. Robin, how many railless interceptors have you painted?
I've painted none.
None. They haven't shown up yet, I know. I know where you
painted. Don't tease me, because I know they're not here yet, and you know they're not here yet.
I do, because I have to collect them for you.
Well, I was tempted to bypass you, go straight to the supplier, but
you can do.
No, I have done in layman's terms sweet FA, because unfortunately some terrible things have happened over the weekend, so I haven't been able to do any painting or anything. So
yes, this has been a bit shit for Robin. So
yeah,
but we're sending him all of our love. Everyone's been in the wars. It's been a dramatic old time.
Yeah.
But past couple of weeks has been a bit rough, but
yeah. But Mike and I are actually going to get some games in on Sunday. We're going to be down at Entoyment playing games. Sadly, I can't.
And if I can get there, I'll be with you.
Yeah. Are you going to make it down?
If I can make it down, then I will come and join you guys. If not, then
sweet.
Yeah.
I think Marcel is going to join us for the morning, and
awesome.
We might be being joined by a newbie as well, so that'll be cool.
Ooh,
be nice. Yep, someone getting back into the game after leaving in Mark 2, so should be good. Cool. So, shenanigans abound. We've got a few little bits to have a talk about. So, I think the first one is one that I was really guilty of at Welsh Masters, and it was threat range.
It measures up like this.
Yep, elastic tape measure. No, so marking up threat ranges. I did it on at least 2 occasions. So, and it's something that a lot of players will kind of trigger early on, is knowing how far your opponent can charge, but not correctly measuring how far you can charge. So if they can reach 14 inches, stay 14.5 inches away, so they can't charge you unless you want to be charged, because, you know, chances are if your opponent can charge you, they will. Mike? Yep. But the flip side of that is to make sure, if you are going to be in their threat range, if you've got a shorter threat range, for example, you're getting far enough into their threat range that you can charge them next turn if they don't charge you. Make yourself a threat. Make yourself be somewhere where you're going to be of use. Because if they've got a 14-inch threat and you've got a 10-inch threat, being 11 inches away from them just gives them an advantage. You can't then do anything with that next turn. So
sacrificial mechanicals are a thing.
Yep. Getting a unit in that's going to pull them out of position, or a sacrificial unit that's going to be a waste of effort for them to kill. I love doing it with Mage Hunter commanders with my Dusk, making them a pain in the ass to remove, but people know that if they get to charge something, they're going to kill it, so they have to then commit loads more. I don't know, 6 points a unit. You end up people committing like a heavy and a light or something to get rid of them. So
yeah.
And when you're playing
Robin, you have the sacrificial army.
You have an entirely sacrificial army, especially under Morty. You've even got
That happened
sacrificial
once.
jacks.
That happened once.
Revive and Grim Returns and putting stuff back on the table, and
Yeah.
Tell you what, the amount of times people got really fed up with that at Welsh, where I was just be like, yeah, cool, I'm just going to Grim Returns and bring back all my mechanicals.
Or the bloody Criterion.
And the Criterion.
Criterion's 3-man unit. They're such a pain in the ass to remove, and then you can just revive or Grim Returns one back onto the board. So, yeah.
Yep.
They're good. Yeah, when you're positioning your models, think about how far your enemy can get. If you're not sure, ask them. They're not going to, and then don't forget that they might have spells and things that can extend that threat range. So check with your opponent when you're positioning things.
Yes.
And also state your intentions when you're positioning. Something that I find is very helpful when you're doing it. If you're measuring and you say, right, my intention is to be 13.5 inches away from you, so you can't charge me with your 13-inch threat range. Put the measuring stick down. If you've got a measuring stick, whack it in between. Great, use that. If not, measure it, get your opponent to double check it. And then in next turn, if they go, actually, I am slightly in, but we discussed you wanted to be out, so that poke your model back a little bit just to make sure you're not locking it up. But
I will say they will do that at the tournaments as well. You have that conversation with your opponent. Everyone I've met at tournaments has been so stand up that they'll just be like, yeah, cool. That was your intention.
Yeah. So always make it clear, signpost what you're intending, and it'll be good. And then avoid the mistake of, when you're thinking about the model's threat range, you're thinking about their movement plus the charge of 3 inches, and then the reach of the weapon. So when you're blocking, make sure you're blocking the place where they can move. So if you're putting something in the way so they can't charge a specific model, don't put it within the reach of the weapon. Put it where they need to move to stop them moving there. I did that twice. I played hundreds of games of War Machine, and that's something that hasn't changed since Mark 1. I should know better, and I still don't. So, will I make that mistake again on Sunday? Probably.
Yes.
But I'm going to put it out into the world on a recording to say I shouldn't make that mistake. But there we go.
It's a trap.
It's always a trap. What's the point? So yeah.
I was going to say, the other one is, I know I'm guilty for it, is misreading or thinking something doesn't have a re-roll or something until my opponent tells me that has a re-roll. You might want to use that now before we continue. Because if you just go, yep, that's fine, you continue, especially in tournament play, they'll just move on and straight onto their turn and you've missed a trigger. I know I'm probably stupidly guilty of it because I'm just too honest for my own good when we play war games and go, no, it's fine, I've missed it, it's fine, it's just squirt, let's move on. And then, like, you can take it back.
People will, you'll miss bits and pieces, things like apparition.
Yeah.
That's one. And calling out your prey target at the beginning of the game. There are certain things that apply, and I'd make myself a little cheat sheet of stuff. Or if you get a token for it, put it out on the board in front of you. So then you've got something visual to remind you to trigger that sort of thing. Yeah. Apparition, definitely the key one. So,
I was very tempted to get the word apparition tattooed on my arm.
Just on the back
so
of
that when I'm moving stuff, I'm like, yes, that one.
Mm-hmm. So, focus and fury and control is another important kind of lesson for less a mistake that people make, more a learning to make the most of it. Like War Machine Warcasters, they use focus to power the jacks. You live and die by the amount of focus you're spending or keeping, but the thing to do is to make sure you're managing that effectively. There was an interesting conversation on another podcast that I now can't remember which one because I've listened to like 5 in the last day, and they were talking about making sure you're using all your focus. So any focus you keep on your caster that's not getting attacked that turn is wasted. You're not spending it. Likewise, anything you put in on a jack that you're then not going to need is wasted, and that could be spent elsewhere. A couple of key points there is a melee jack can keep buying attacks, so 3 on a melee jack is not necessarily going to waste it as long as it's hitting something and has something to hit. But on a ranged jack, if you've only got a one-shot weapon, you can spend 1 to boost to hit, 1 to boost to damage. You only ever need 2, and you get 1 for free with your power up. So
you only have to give out 1.
You only ever need to give it 1, and even then, look at it, have a think. Do I need to boost that to hit? Do I need to boost that damage? What am I doing? What am I targeting? Do I need it? And if it stays on your caster, that's more spells your caster can cast. So, lots of thoughts.
Yeah, it's like with the warlocks. If you leave too much on the warlock, too much fury on your warlock, you could frenzy your beasts.
Yeah.
And that could be in a position where you don't want them to frenzy.
Yeah, so warlocks working the other way around. They need to be able to collect it all in at the start of the turn. If you haven't spent enough, you can't collect it in. Your beasts can then frenzy. They're not being at their full effectiveness, are they? So
no,
you're then wasting time, wasting turns. And even if they don't frenzy, they then keep that fury on, and you can't generate more. So they're again not being effective. So it's a difficult one to kind of teach very quickly, or there's no real simple way around it, unfortunately, but it's just something to consider every time you're playing, every turn. At the start of the turn, right, what spells do I need to cast? How many focus or fury do I need on my caster? How much is that going to end up with? How much do I need to spend? How much can I spend with that jack, with that beast? So, yeah.
I'll say it's something I do like about my deck first list. As long as I'm killing like living soul infantry, I'm just getting the souls, which means I'm not having to worry about focus on my next turn. So I can still cast the big spells and I can still do a lot of murder.
Plus Decathlus being a melee caster. He wants to
Exactly.
get melee and he can just buy more attacks. Do you have a melee caster in Crucible Guard, Robin?
Yes. We went over as D McKay.
Ah, yes.
With Big Alice and Little Alice. So yeah, if you take him, he is a melee caster of sorts.
Yeah.
He has a big overcharged steam hammer.
Attacks, can't he? With his big old hammer of exploding units.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glorious. I love it.
Even with the my secondary army, I'm Fire Bloods. They have a mixture of casters. So they've got mid shooty one, they've got close combat one, and they've also got just a spellcaster. So it's just you get different flavors all across them.
I'm guessing Ragemonger being the melee beat stick.
He is a melee beat stick. I was hoping to bring him down on Sunday if I can get down.
Yeah, I look forward to that because I've not actually played against him, so get a few games.
Talking of which, I know one of the things that I know I'm very guilty of is the when to pop your feet and actually getting the full benefit of your feet, because talking of Ragemonger, his feat is Jump the Shark. I know I've talked a lot about it and I really want to try and pop it off, but it's just finding that critical time when you can pull it off and being able to pull it off, because I usually forget my feet until we're packing up the dice. I forgot to pop my feet.
It's a really tricky one, and I am really guilty of holding on to my feet for an extra turn to try and get the optimal use out of it. So where I'm, I'm not going to hit that and that, and I kind of want to, but it's like, well, I need to hit those things with it. Helith especially, so she's got a defense and armor debuff for everything in her control and a buff for her own units. And I'm really guilty of holding on to that one turn too long and trying to get a little bit more of their army in it, when actually on the turn where I can charge two things, Wicked, I can just easily remove two heavies or a colossal or something and just delete them off the board. Or in my case in the game the other day is just get Sep-Zero within 12 inches and Phantom Seeker her in the teeth.
It's like my game one at Welsh. If I had popped Decathlus feet turn one, I wouldn't have lost that game that early.
Yeah.
But
it's
one of those things where everything it's down to not even just your play style. It's down to the game you're playing. Because you very rarely think about popping a feat turn one. But if I had realised how close his caster was to me, I would have just gone, yeah, cool, boom.
And that's it. It's knowing whether your feats are usually either defensive or offensive. So it's knowing when to pop it to protect you the best or to cause the most damage. Can be a tricky one. I usually look at the top of turn 2 and go, right, is it worth popping my feet this turn? It's one of the things I do in the sort of control and maintenance phase. I kind of look at it. I have a feat token out, even if my caster doesn't really need one. I'll have it and I'll pick it up at the start of my second turn and go, right, do I want to use this turn? What effect is it going to have? do I need it? Because that's when you're going to be charging, being charged, doing the damage. It's all going to kick off on turn 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a good one. Especially holding on to it, because feats are so powerful sometimes that you're like, well, I don't want to use this right now because it's not going to win me the game this turn. You don't need to win on the feat turn. You need to maximise your feat's potential to then, if you're removing 2 out of their 3 cohort models and 3 key solos by using your feat, that's the game won at that point. You've done enough that they're going to not be able to.
It's looking back to like old feats like Krios 1. Just
knock down everything.
Knock everyone down.
Yep.
Also known as let the bodies hit the floor.
Or Sorcerer 1's feat of everyone stationary. Have another turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
It got silly like early on. But there were such good feats.
Yeah. Some good stuff there. Another one I'm very guilty of is ignoring the scenario. I've gotten
because
better.
Mazz loves assassination.
I do, because everything is an assassination tool. But
I don't even think it's assassination at that point. I think it's just why could I get a scenario when I could just beat you and keep beating you, and then telling me afterwards saying don't tell anyone.
I'm very guilty of not thinking about scenario. And pushing for that kill, instant win on the assassination, when actually what you need to be thinking of from turn 2 is, again, right, how can I score more points than my opponent this turn? Right? What are they in position to score? What am I in position to score? How can I improve my odds there? Either taking one away from them or getting an extra one myself, or making sure you don't move someone away from an objective. So
I will say I did use my games against Robin, like leading up to Welsh, to push myself to remember scenario.
Yeah.
Because I knew
I remember
that would be a big thing.
The first game we played when we did our demo day, that would have been beginning of August, I think.
Something like that.
Me and Mike played a game there, and I won on scenario because he completely forgot the scenario and was going for that assassination.
Yeah,
but I got the assassination.
Yeah, you did, but it was at that time. If he hadn't have got that assassination, because it only came down to that last time where he gained the assassination. I was on, I think it was 5 victory points at that point, so I would have won that game if he hadn't have assassinated me. Because he hadn't worried about the objectives, he was just pushing to get that assassination.
But it was also my game on Sunday at the Welsh. I couldn't get anything on objectives. I was getting pushed off them left, right, and centre. Beginning of my turn, he would have been enough points up at the end of my turn to win the game, but it left his caster just inside of a really good threat range, so I was able to pull it off there. But it was a great game of him showing me the amount of board presence he had for scenario control, because he had things coming on from the table edge in ambush. He had the rest of his army on board coming up. He was very well played.
No.
It's kind of like mine in your last game, Mike, where you were going because you were trying to push that scenario control, so you were pushing that scenario control, and then I thought, well, I'll try and get this assassination off as it didn't work out for me. But again, like, you were able to push up the table, you were able to control those things with an overwhelming amount of criterion and other things. I can't remember what the names of them are.
Criterion, Mechanifrals.
Yeah, it was
And the
Mechanithrals
units.
Yeah.
I must
and
admit now I've
dredges
taken
and
to
stuff
when
like
I'm
that.
building a list, thinking, right, okay, what unit is going to sit on my 40mm objective? What can sit on an objective and still contribute to the game even if they're not in combat? So I try and bring a ranged unit. It's usually Dreadguard archers because they're glorious, but I always try
I
and think,
think
right, what's my unit holding objective? What's my cohort that's going to hold an objective? Who's going to go for the cash if I need to? Who's going to go for the flag? And I try and think about that when I build the list in the first place. So then when I put the stuff down on the table and I start deploying, I'm like, okay, my right-hand side is the unit objective. That's my objective holding unit. They go on the right-hand side. They're now in the right place. So kind of things to consider. And I always set myself that expectation going into the game so I know roughly where things are going. But
Again, like with every game of War Machine, positioning is key. Remember what your game plan is. Whether it is you're an assassination caster pushing for that assassination. That could be going for scenario, getting them all strung out and trying to reel back. Then you get that perfect assassination line.
yeah,
Or you're just playing a control list and you're just like, yeah, cool, come at me.
yeah,
I have everything set up so you cannot do anything.
yeah. Another one that came out of Welsh actually was I was playing Moraine with Ghosts of Ios, so I had lots and lots of stealth all over the place, and my opponent's like, oh well, I can't charge you because you're stealth, I can't see you, and it's not how stealth works. So
Oh yeah, I was talking to those guys as well about different bits and pieces.
yeah, so the way what stealth is worded, it sounds like you're invisible, but it's not actually what's going on. So all stealth does is it means any ranged attack from more than 5 inches away will automatically miss. I'll cover AoEs in a second because that was another thing that came up. But you can still be charged, you can still be seen. You don't block line of sight from a ranged attack more than 5 inches away to target something behind you. So people can ignore you for shooting, but you just automatically get missed. So that's something worth bearing in mind. That applies to ranged and arcane attacks. So it doesn't apply to melee attacks, but I'm not entirely convinced there's a melee attack that can hit you from more than 5 inches away. So it's a new reach chain weapon coming for the Phantasm, yeah, with 6-inch reach.
No, come on, we know it's going to be the Hellraker just from range, just digging under and eating you from the feet up. Going nom 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 nom.
I must admit, I played Marcel Ran 2 on Friday and I ignored them and they didn't get close enough to do anything. I think they killed like one Dreadguard between the two of them. I didn't give them much chance. Oh,
Marcel
and
thinking.
I
was going to say, is Marcel thinking that this may have been a waste of money buying two of them?
dropped 250 quid on shiny new models. We're going to play more games. It's fine. There will be more.
I think it's just they're suffering from new model syndrome.
Well, exactly. It's always the nice
That's
new painted model that does nothing in the game and dies instantly. So
yeah.
And then from that, going on to my point about AoEs. So AoEs change between Mark 3 and Mark 4. They're a big change to get rid of templates for the game, which is good. I like it. I think it's made the game simpler and there's less crap that I have to carry around.
Do you
like
miss
carrying
templates?
less stuff about?
Exactly. So when an AoE weapon hits, you will then have 2 damage values, the normal one, and a direct damage and a blast damage value. The model you hit takes a direct damage value, and then the number of models equal to your AoE value within the number of inches equal to the AoE value get hit with the blast damage. So if you are AoE 3 models within 3 inches get hit. Closest one, then second, then third closest. If you miss with an AoE, they used to scatter in previous editions. You'd have a template moving around, and it was always, is it? That's sort of that way-ish. Now you just hit the intended target with the blast damage. So if you're targeting a model with stealth that's more than 5 inches away, you automatically hit them with the blast damage. So still getting something on them, which is why I take the resistance to blast quite often on with my Dusk, because running those guys up, or running a unit of Mage Hunter Assassins up into a threatening position, giving them resistance to blast and cover, so they're then defense 18, and much less likely to get blown up. Kind of an important one.
Yeah.
If you... Yeah. What other ones came up? Had a line of sight one as well. It's a little bit of a change. Well, your own models normally block your line of sight unless you are a unit. So then models in your own unit don't block line of sight. So with the changes to the way units move, because you're placing one and then everyone else goes within 2 inches, you can then still draw line of sight through models in your own unit. So that's a big change from Mark 3 to Mark 4. So it makes ranged units a bit more easily placed.
On the rule of range, we were talking about this just before we started, is the arcing fire rule. So you don't have to be able to see the model as long as it's within reach. You can fire over your own models and into the things, so they can take the normal damage and blast damage from it.
Yeah. So
which is different to the third edition.
Anything with arcing fire, you cannot automatically ignore those models in the way, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is handy.
I need to sit up a little bit. I was going to sleep.
He's back in his pillow fort, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. I got banished, so we're back here again.
But comfy pillow fort. That's the main thing.
You act like you're not impressed. Yeah, I was going to say the other one as well, being forgetting certain actions. Like I know my always biggest fear is when I'm playing with Kador is the hounds. Each one of them having their own individual rule. Sometimes that can be like I remember that they have when they've got the blast when they're all together within base-to-base contact. They have shield wall, and then I forget they've got 2 individual, one piece each. So they've got alchemic masks, and I always forget the third one because each one has a specific different rule. So one will have one rule, one will have another rule. I think it's just remembering which order that they happen in.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just go slowly. Your opponent's not going to go mental on you for just going looking at them in turn and seeing which one does which, because they're going to help you out. And it's easy if on the app. I know I'm terrible at doing it because I'll go, I'm just going to accept this when I could have used blast shielding or something along those lines because they're in base contact. I always forget to read the drop down menu because I always forget it's there. Is where it has all of the abilities and things that they have and equipment that they have as well.
That's the little question mark in the app, isn't it? Yeah.
That little question mark has saved my ass so many times.
Yeah, check the
It's
rules.
handy. It's there.
There's War Machine is a very dense game as far as rules go. There's lots of special rules. Every model has special rules. There are symbols which are special rules, and there's a lot to it. And every, as Robin said, individual models within a unit can have different rules to other models in the unit. Thankfully, there was less of that in Mark IV, but for the character units especially, that's definitely a thing. You're not going to remember everything. Don't try. Just start as a new player. Start small. Start with 30 or 50 points. If you can play against someone who plays the game already, excellent. They can help you walk through stuff. But
You've got a community near you. Talk to them.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
they'll
War Machine
be
players are
happy.
probably some of the most welcoming I've ever seen.
Yeah. There's
Yeah. The other thing as well is if you have access to online like, socials during the War Machine social community on Facebook. Just posting up there going, hey, I'm in this area, they'll point you to one club or another that will be in that area that can help you, or the nearest one.
the guys at Tried and True. Is it Tried and True? Did the community finder? Which I'll pop a
Yes.
link to that in the description as well. So wherever you are in the world, you can go in, you can add your
You can
community
find
on
your
there,
people.
and you can search for War Machine communities in your area, and that is a global tool as well. So have a look on there. It'll see where people are playing locally. Get down, get games, and that's how you get round memorising all the rules. You play lots of games.
Let somebody else
Lots of
memorize
memory.
them for you.
Me, I memorise all the rules. So, yeah.
You find yourself a Mazz, and Mazz is the one that remembers the rules.
It's true.
And
true.
so
This
he
is what
doesn't.
happens.
Well, okay, I try. I'm reasonably good at it.
I did print myself off a cheat sheet for going up to Welsh.
I've got a laminated cheat sheet with all the little icons and what they'll mean. Because I always get magic weapon and blessed weapon confused.
Yes, they look so similar.
One's the little sword with the stars around the top, that's blessed. And the one with the little
Yeah.
yellow stars is magic. And they do two different things.
Hey, too.
So, there we go. But it's fine, that's why I play Dusk, because everything is magical and blessed, and then I don't have to worry about it. Cool. So, we have got the War Machine Wednesday has dropped. We have
It
the rules
has.
for the Lord of the
The
Hunt.
Lord of the Hunt.
I was just trying to get my app to update, but I think something's happened to my app because it's all gone tiny.
Oh no.
Tiny app.
Well, don't worry, they've released him on the blog, so he's on the War Machine Wednesday blog this week. So we've got him. I'll put a picture of him up here. Ta-da, universal symbol for pictures. He's riding a massive wolf.
That's
That's
my...
an 80mm base, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a massive wolf.
that's an 80mm base solo. He
Wow.
looks so cool.
Oh, now I have to buy one of these. Oh, that's cool. So, let's have a look. He is
Like little dudes on the base, and
yeah, he's surrounded by a pack of wolves as well.
yeah,
So, unstoppable, obviously. Tough. Dual attack. Cavalry. No shock there. Pathfinder, because Old Umbre ignore scenery. Body Snatcher, so he collects corpse tokens and gets similar upgrades as the Primevals. If he has a stealth token, if he has at least one corpse token, enemy models within 10 inches lose stealth. If he has 3, he gets rate of fire 2 on his javelins, which are power 11, range 10 weapon masters, and they're magical but not blessed. And then when he has 5, it gains Hunt Eternal. When it is disabled, remove all corpse tokens and damage from it. It is no longer disabled. So
That
it
is
just heals up
silly.
to full. That's
And their field allowance 2.
right. Okay, so it has
You
to
can have-
destroy things with a melee attack to get those corpse tokens.
Or have them pass to him.
Or have them passed in by all of the stuff that passes to them. Fortune Hunter for additional dice on attack and damage rolls against characters. Reposition 5 and speed 8. And steady, so it can't be knocked down.
And ignores concealment and cover when making range attacks.
Nice.
This is Mazz looking, going, I want to play Old Umbre now.
No, I'm still waiting.
What is wrong with me?
I'm going to be a good boy and I'm going to wait for the vampires. So the javelins get Bonekeeper. So if they destroy a living or an undead model, you can choose a friendly model to gain the corpse token regardless of distance. I choose my Lord of the Hunt, thank you.
Yeah.
It's got the Wolf Bite for a critical shred. And then the Huntsman's Axe, which is magical and blessed. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Damn.
9 points.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of points for that either.
So it's 18 points he's going to be spending.
Yeah, that's really cool. That is an enormous wolf.
It's a big old boy.
That's going to be very interesting. I am intrigued to see what that's going to do in lists, or what lists are going to be wanting to drop that. I mean, Umbre already kind of hitting well for win rate against others, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But then, they've already got a lot of the lists are kind of set, so what you're going to drop to take it. But because 9 points is a really inconvenient thing to squeeze in, isn't it?
But for something that cool, you definitely find space.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty lovely.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, I think that's pretty much all we've got. Unless somebody's going to surprise me with something. No, okay.
Robin?
No, not I'm aware of. Nope.
Cool.
Cool.
Apart from I'm very tired and I wish to go to bed.
Yep.
Like now.
I'm just going to go there. So you got 16 days to get, or as of time of recording, as of time of airing, 14 days to get your entries in for our painting competition. Any
I'm
version of
doing it,
Galena.
goddammit.
Join our Discord, link in the description. Post your pictures on there, and then we'll vote out a winner and send them a little something. And then you guys can vote on our ones.
I've just had a thought as well. Whilst we're on the point of competitions and things, and special events and stuff, as of Friday, when this video will be coming out, it is my birthday.
Yay!
I expect one Rareless Interceptor of the pair of you.
One Rareless Interceptor from everyone who watches the video.
All of them. No, it's just as it's Friday and this video will get released on Friday, the day you are watching this. I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching.
Cool. Yes. Thank you for watching. Do the liking, the subscribing, and
Not out of pity, just
not out of pity. And comment happy birthday to Robin. There you go, give us a happy
Yeah.
birthday.
yay! I need all the happiness right now. Amaryllis
It'll be
is a third.
It'll be a thank you for watching from me as well, and I'm going to steal something from a Magic content creator, because yes, I watch their stuff too, because you must click the things that make the dings.
Nerd.
And hey, someone's going to understand what I said, and they're going to love it.
The saddening. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching, and everyone wish Robin F's in the chat for getting old.
Cheers everyone. Bye.